We know summer ain't over yet. It's still hot out there. We're running our air conditioning. In the sponsor segment this morning, Brian Wheeler is here to talk about how Consumers Energy can help you save money on your bills. Good morning.
Good morning.
I think a lot of people perked up when they heard that.
Yeah, and I saw the forecast, right? It's going to be hot these next few days.
Yeah,
right.
We're seeing some 90s on the board there. So let's dive into this. How can people save money on their bills for the rest of summer?
Yeah, and let's do a little level setting here, right?
Sure.
It's going to be hot outside. It's going to be hot inside. If you have air conditioning, if you have fans, you need to run them. You need to be safe and comfortable in your own home. That's always the first thing. But of course, we're worried about what that's going to mean for our bills later on. So that's where Consumers Energy comes in and helps you along the journey here. So what I would say for starters is think about what your house is doing. How, is it working harder than it needs to keep you safe and comfortable? One important thing, really, just if you think about the impact of this, adjust your thermostat by 1 degree. You're going to save yourself 1 to 3% on your bill over time. So now, if I'm home, I want to be nice and cool. If I'm away from house, work, visiting family, friends, that sort of thing, adjust that thermostat by a few degrees. Don't worry about it, because you're not going to be there to feel the effects in your house. So doing that for starters is great. And then really work yourself around the house and figure out what you need to do to stay comfortable but keep those costs down. If I'm running the air conditioning in my house, am I leaving windows open or doors open? That's a bad idea, because that cold air inside your house is getting outside.
Well, it sounds like overall making some small changes can have some decent results.
Absolutely, yeah. It really does start at home. It starts with what you do in your own home. Thinking about those things, drawing the blinds to keep the sun outside, for example, not to heat up your house. I love a warm, hot baked meal or cookies that my wife might make, but I'm not going to run my oven in the middle of the day and really heat up my house more than it's dealing with already. Move your appliances the time of day that you use them. Go for the mornings, go for the evenings. There's a lower rates to begin with, and they have less impact on really the heat level in your house in the first place.
Well, and I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
You mentioned times of day to be running certain appliances, things like that. Why is that important, and how can that make a difference on your bill?
Yeah, if you think about it, on weekdays in the summertime, it is more affordable, lower rates outside of the middle of the day. So before 2 o'clock and after 7 p.m. So if I'm going to run my dishwasher, for example, I'm going to wait till 7:01 or set it when I go to sleep, for example. Same thing with laundry. Like I said, baking and cooking, those sorts of things are just going to unnecessarily heat up your house more than they need to in the first place. So being aware of that, go to consumersenergy.com/summer for tips and advice. And also, we have other programs and products that are going to save you money on your bills.
Wonderful. And overall, by making some of these changes, big picture, how does that help consumers keep up with the demand? Because a lot of folks crank it up in the summertime.
Yeah, we provide electricity to nearly 2 million homes and businesses across the state, and that's 24/7 work, right? You need the lights on, you need the air conditioning. So we have the supply that people need. We're doing our job, but really we're focused on how you can contribute to that, and in the process, save yourself some money. One last website I'll throw at you, consumersenergy.com/offers, OFFERS.
Okay.
You can put in your information about who you are, your household, and we're going to match you up to those programs, those products that are going to help you save even more. Over time, you can really drive those costs down.
Good to keep in mind, consumersenergy.com/offers.
Offers.
Yeah, and there's the main website on your screen as well. Some important information to keep in mind. Thanks for the tips, and here's to staying cool the rest of the summer, right?
I like that, yeah. Thanks much.